The RV Show USA is brought to you by Rockwood, building better RVs, making smarter RVers.
You know, there's no doubt that 2020 has really been an unusual year, and that includes some of the changes that are taking place in the RV industry. The demand for new RVs has never been higher, and that's good news as more and more people are discovering how much fun RVing can be. But all this intense demand has meant that manufacturers are having to make some real adjustments that they've never had to make before. Mark Kritzman is the head of purchasing for the Rockwood Flagstaff division of Forest River. Mark, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Alan. Thanks for having me.
So from the manufacturer side, can you give me give us a high-level snapshot of how 2020 has been as compared with years in the past?
Well, in the RV industry, it's always been a bit of a roller coaster ride with ups and downs with the seasonal business and so on like that. But certainly 2020 has been hang on. Nobody's seen the COVID thing coming when it hit. Little did we expect plant shutdowns to last in the neighborhood of 6 weeks and stuff like that. And much less we didn't know what to expect on the other side of that. Once we came out of it, we resumed back to work first part of May. Obviously, it has taken off and gone very, very well. Since then, as you stated, the demand has been very, very great.
Going back to the pre-COVID, back in February, when our world was just what we knew at the time, walk me through some of the changes that you guys, and I'm sure that almost every manufacturer had to adjust to starting at the end of February, so people will understand that roller coaster.
Yeah, basically at the end of February, it was starting out like any other year. We're into the show season and stuff like that. Businesses just kind of cruising along and so on like that. We're watching what is happening in China in their delay from going back from Chinese New Year and stuff like that. A number of components for the RVs as well as the rest of the stuff in our country is imported from offshore. So we were watching what was happening in China. Little did we expect it would come over here and impact our country the way it has.
And so what kind of an effect has that had? I've heard behind the scenes it's just been a scramble. Like you said, 2020 has been the year of just hold on. What's it been like? Describe some of the challenges that, as a manufacturer, that you and others have had to go through so far in 2020.
Well, as I stated, when we resumed back early May, back into production, we didn't know if we were going to be 3 days a week, how we'd be producing and stuff like that. We got back, demand started to pick up, so we went back to 5 days right away. And at that point, everything seemed like, boy, we're grateful, we're happy. Parts are coming in, we're building RVs, we're shipping RVs, and everything is going along just great. But what we soon realized was once the pipeline was shut off, when basically the world was shut down because of COVID, the world had to start back up almost as a train from a dead standstill to start moving again. So it's been very, very challenging. There was a lot of inventory built up in the pipeline from having shut down for a period of about 6 weeks. And as demand ramped up, production ramped up and stuff like that, all of that material that was in the pipeline soon was starting to be depleted. Then we were reliant on the workforces to start to produce more product, ship more product in, and certainly the demand has ramped up much quicker than production has to replenish all of those parts.
Did anybody anticipate a demand like this? I mean, it's just, to me, from where my vantage point, it just seems unprecedented. I mean, how could anybody have predicted that the world is going to become interested in RVing and no more going to Disney like they used to and going on cruises? I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, to me, it's two things. It was unprecedented and unpredicted. I've been here a long time. I've been building Rockwoods for over 40 years, and I have never seen the faucet turned on this fast, this wide open.
Tell me about the parts suppliers now. Are they back up to full speed? Is the pipeline now full? Like you said, the train had to start out at a dead stop again. Are we back up to full speed? Are we still trying to get there or what?
A combination of all of the above. Local suppliers are at full speed, but challenged with labor. But there's a lot of parts that come from around the U.S. to us. There's parts that come from multiple countries and so on like that. And it's all just a real mixed bag out there. And so you come to work in the morning with the confidence of these are my 3 challenged items or these are my 5 challenged items. And just about the time you think you have a handle on those 5, 5 or 10 more pop up. So it's what we're seeing is it's a worldwide condition. And again, it's just a matter of working hard, working smart, and working within your means, because you can't build them if you don't have the parts, but you have to be resourceful. And it's hand to mouth daily right now on a lot of key components.
And I would imagine that is not just for your division, but every RV manufacturer is going through these same challenges, and it's like playing whack-a-mole differently every single day, constantly.
Yeah, that whack-a-mole thing, that's been used a lot, and it is. It's an industry-wide problem, but truthfully, it's far more than just the RV industry. Again, when the world was shut down and all countries shut down at a different time frame and stuff like that, the world had to start back up. And so, again, we worry about our little RV industry here, but it's far more than that. When you go out to Lowe's, Menards, you can't buy deck boards, you can't buy kids' tennis shoes, you can't buy hand weights and stuff like that. There's been so much demand, and the consumers had a lot of time on their hands, and so they wanted to keep on living. But now it's a challenge getting that pipeline full again because the faucet is still wide open. Retail demand is very, very great out there for so many things, and it's going to take companies, manufacturers, production time to get caught up building enough parts for, in our case, to build enough RVs.
What can we as consumers expect to see at the dealer in terms of new RVs and the parts coming in? Are we seeing right now a lot of new units coming in, or are we going to see an increase as we move into fall and winter? What are your thoughts? What am I as a consumer going to see?
Oh, I think, here at Rockwood Flagstaff, we're shipping our new units. And so, basically, I guess you're going to see very nice new RVs coming in, but they're just going to come in maybe at a little bit less of a pace than what demand is. And there will be some delays based on certain components that are challenged for us to get.
I have even heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but that some manufacturers are even sending out delivering RVs that don't have all of the components in them yet because there's such a backlog, and then the components will be sent to an RV dealer to get 100% complete. Have you heard of that from anybody? Or
as long as I've been in the industry, the one thing that we don't run out of in our industry is rumors. And I'm not going to say I haven't heard those rumors, but I have no firsthand knowledge. I know we are not doing that here at Rockwood Flagstaff, nor do I think that we ever will. We take great pride in how we build, what we build, and so we will do our very best to procure the parts, complete the trailers, and then send them on their way.
What are dealers?
Therefore comes the delays.
What are dealers experiencing right now, Mark? In terms of, I guess they're just having to deal with less parts, less inventory, and they're making adjustments too. Yeah,
they are. I think it appears as though the one thing they don't have is a shortage of customers, as far as shortages of parts and so on like that. Just like it is for us to procure to build the new unit. From a parts and service standpoint, I'm sure the aftermarket world is just as challenged, but we're doing our best here with parts and service and stuff like that. We're shipping tons of parts every day. We actually do a lot through our parts department of production parts that we pull right from the production line to expedite dealers getting parts to take care of customers. We pull them right off the production line, and we kind of meld that together between production and customer service, but you have to have customer service because those people already have their trailers. They're out there. They're in the camping season and so on like that, whereas opposed to somebody waiting on their trailer, if they wait another week for their trailer, they really didn't miss out. But if somebody was missing an awning or a refrigerator or something like that that was, prohibiting them from going camping, we want to get those people taken care of as well.